I confirm that Poland indeed does not intend to send soldiers on a mission to Ukraine after the war ends.
However, Poland will be responsible for the logistical organization of aid for Ukraine, as well as for the protection of the border, the European-Russian border, the European-Belarusian border, because it so happens that these are Polish borders. And, well, I know that I have a full understanding from our Canadian friends. As for this way of Poland's involvement in helping Ukraine and ensuring Ukraine's safe and sovereign existence after the possible end of hostilities.
So we're together working side by side in Ukraine, together side by side in NATO, and if I may say, we learned much from the Prime Minister, from his government, including the importance of pulling our full weight in NATO. And it will take us a few years to reach Polish levels of commitment. It's possible. But it's possible. And we have made that commitment. We will quadruple our spending on defense between now and the end of the decade. And to do that right, to do that properly, we need the best partners in partnership with Poland, in aerospace, in other areas, and in partnership with Europe through that intensified defense partnership. As well, deep relationships that will reconfirm and advance. As, again, the Prime Minister mentioned a moment ago, we don't need declarations.
I do want to keep moving, though, and talk about security guarantees, an issue that you raised this week, and you have said right here today that Russia should have the power to reject any security guarantees for Ukraine.
Look,
the Europeans
please,
it's none of your business.
Kristen,
let me just ask the question. Why? Let me just ask the question, though.
Don't play Zelensky. Look, be an honest journalist. I never said.
Let me ask my question, then you can answer. Let me just ask my question, then you can answer.
I am answering your question now.
I haven't asked my question yet. Why should the country that's bombing Ukraine be responsible for the security of Ukraine?
Why is the country and countries who prepared the anti-Russian coup in Ukraine, who pumped up modern weapons in Ukraine to attack the Russian territory, countries who supported the Nazist regime prohibiting human rights, which they had to respect under the United Nations Charter and many other conventions. Why should we be swallowing all this? I explained to you, I never said that Russia must have a veto on security guarantees, but security guarantees must be subject to consensus. Ukraine has the right to exist, provided it must let people go. The people whom they call terrorists, whom they call specious, and who, during a referenda, several referenda in Novorossiya, in Donbass, in Crimea, decided that they belong to the Russian culture, and the government which came to power as a result of the coup was determined as a priority to exterminate everything Russian.
But as you also know, a number of those people did not want Russia. A number of those people did not want Russia to invade. Mr. Foreign Minister, do you acknowledge that Russia invaded Ukraine?
Well, democracy is about the people, having a chance to vote. The people voted. The people pronounced themselves. We have the goals which will be achieved. The goals are remove any security threats to Russia coming from the Ukrainian territory, to protect the rights of the ethnic Russian and Russian-speaking people who believe they belong to the Russian culture and Russian history. And the only way to protect them against this Nazist regime is to give them the right to express their will. They did in 2014 in Crimea, in 2022 in Donetsk and Lugansk republics, and later in Kherson and Zaporizhia regions. So this is implementation of the goal of special military operation. the goal is based on the respect for the United Nations Charter, which says you cannot discriminate human rights in any area, including language and religion rights, which is totally ignored by the regime. And then, of course,
I just want to be very clear for people.
As I said, Ukraine must remain neutral, must remain out of any military blocs, and must remain non-nuclear. Those are the stepping stones in the Declaration of Independence of 1990, and those are the principles which made it possible to recognize Ukraine as an independent state.